What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I too appreciate the support. Now, listen, guys, I want to talk to you about a story that just broke out of St. Louis. Shout out St. Louis. And it's about a lady that none of these people are named because, like, this supposedly happened last night. They ain't even got all the particulars together, but this is what the news story is, so I'm gonna give it to y'all raw and uncut. Supposedly in this story, it's a story about domestic violence in which a boyfriend and girlfriend get into it. The guy attacks the woman, punches and chokes her. What does she do? She stabs him to get him up off her. This guy lost his life. Now, it is unfortunate that this happened. Nobody should be coming to blows, especially when you're a male and female and you're in a relationship or coming out of a relationship. But sometimes when you do something and you victimize people, things like this happen. And can't nobody feel bad for you when, as a man, you should know better to put your hands on somebody. Take a look.
Harrowing incident in North City ended with one man dead. This video here showing the aftermath. Police say a man was killed by his girlfriend after attacking her in North St. Louis. Tonight, our John Kipper is live here in the studio showing us more angles of that camera footage. And John, we're also hearing there's a growing need for support for those survivors, right?
Yeah, that's right, Justin. Well, we got the footage from a city resident who wants to remain anonymous, but she lives right across the street from North Riverfront Park. And in the video, you can hear a woman say multiple times that it was self-defense and that she feared for her life.
Yeah, I'm finna pass out. I need an ambulance.
Doorbell video from a North City resident's home showing a woman with apparent injuries to her face, clearly in distress, seeking help. And when a woman asked her what happened,
He beat me up.
The doorbell footage comes from just across the street from North Riverfront Park. Around the same time, St. Louis Metropolitan Police say a 31-year-old man punched and choked his 28-year-old girlfriend. The woman responded by stabbing and killing him. In the doorbell video after the incident, you can see the woman talking to a man that appears to be trying to help her, saying she was taken to a dead end, and it's not the first time she was attacked.
And I thought I was gonna die. My heart almost stopped when he hit me in my eye. I started stabbing him.
At the end of the day, there is a life lost, there's lives shattered, there's trauma that both sides of the family has to deal with to move forward.
Dr. Cynthia Bennett is executive director of JADISA, a nonprofit that lifts up domestic violence survivors. She says the man's family and the apparent female victim in this case have a long ways to go to deal with the trauma that follows.
They're dealing with the PTSD, their trauma, the guilt, all of those things, trying to figure out, why did it happen? They wish that it could have turned out different. We know it can't.
Police have not yet named the man or woman involved in the North Riverfront Park incident. They say the homicide division is investigating.
That's the story. And in my opinion, both parties lost, like the lady said. The advocate of domestic abuse victims, shout out to her. Everybody lost. These people lost a son. This guy lost his life. This woman's going to lose sleep pending an investigation and PTSD, like the lady said. That's the thing. Just because you punch somebody in the face to send a message, it's still a traumatizing message all the same that you shouldn't have did in the first place. It's like nowadays, these young dudes, they feel as though they got the gorilla pimp the honeys. You know what I'm saying? That don't work with everybody. It might work once or twice, but those intimidation tactics only go so far. People get tired of you putting your hands on them. And some people do something about it, especially when they feel as though their life is in danger, such as the case here, stabbed him to death. So I don't feel nothing for him, but I do feel for his family. Let me tell you something. When I do these stories, a lot of times the way I speak as if like these people are trash people and they come from trash households. It's not always like that. You could have good parents and just be a bad apple. So a lot of times when these people are taken off the planet and nobody feels remorse for them, it usually spreads over to the parents. But what if his parents was good people? You never know. That's why I give them my condolences. And that's real rap. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you love somebody, you protect them. I mean, it's like normal now to put your hands on a chick. Can't understand it. Ain't trying to understand it. But I mean, you stick your hands on somebody, you know, when we were young, somebody hit you, you hit them back. Nowadays, if somebody hits you and you can't beat them, you hit them with whatever you got to hit them back. And she picked up a knife. That's not a big girl. You up here fighting on her. I don't know if he's a big guy, but I mean, come on. What type of world do we live in now where to make a woman see things our way, we got to try to punch her lights out? Makes no sense. I did a story the other day about the young lady that was paralyzed after her ex-boyfriend shot her 8 times with a 45 with a newborn baby sleeping right next to her. Think about that. And he was the father of the baby. Nowadays, it's like people they don't have no sympathy. Whether you're a woman, whether you're handicapped, they don't care. They don't care. People just want to do what they want to do in attempts of controlling and intimidating. And they don't care if you're a loved one or not. Because I'm telling you, people like this, they want to love, but they don't know how to love. And they don't know how to accept rejection or you telling them no in certain situations. And it makes them act barbaric, which is their true nature most of the time. It's a damn shame this lady had to endure this, but this is one of the realities that are out here nowadays. And my daughter's young. She's 9. And it's like, I worry that she'll run into somebody like this. Seriously. And luckily for her, she got a lot of brothers. And I hope God gives me the power to where I can still do something if something ever is done to her. In closing, let me say this, guys. We're in the days and times now where all of this stuff that you've seen in the internet about being independent, not needing no man, and all this stuff that has created friction, so to speak, between men and women and how they see things, and all of these YouTube videos you see, this propaganda of women being gold diggers and men being dogs in the street and womanizers and stuff. A lot of that is fictitious and it's made to twist your mind a certain way and paint it towards a narrative that doesn't really exist. It's very easy for people to do things and put things out on YouTube to get views and likes and not care about the consequences of what such material they put out has on people. As content creators, we're still what? Influencers. What we do, influence people in one way or another. And I try not to do it in a negative light. I just try to come from a common sense standpoint on my channel and give you guys good content and just something to think about throughout your days. If you got children, especially young boys, man, and you leading by example, by all means, man, keep doing what you're doing, because a lot of people out here being failed. And then when they get on their own and they get to 18 and parents say, oh, well, you grown now, and they don't have the right chemistry in their brain of how to handle conflict and how to deal with certain problems and how to govern things, this is the result. Is it her fault that she stabbed that man? No, it's not her fault. But I do hope no charges come to her. And that's real. Because as a man, he could have walked away. We decide if it's going to be a relationship or not. And we also decide if it's going to be conflict. And he chose what he chose. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. You guys be careful out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.